You guys, hi, Shy. Early of emotions the past few days. They're telling me right now this one's going to be a very emotional period. I do see there's going to be people in your lives that are going to be playing with your emotions. So there's going to be situations you're going to be in where you feel like you're trying to keep it cool. You're trying to emotionally regulate. You're trying to like breathe it out and be peaceful. But everyone's just like pulling this like energy out of you, and it's like chaotic emotionally. I do feel like you're trying so hard not to speak on something, but you might speak. So just be careful with your words at this time because it may lead to some regrets here. But for others, like even if you try isolating, I really think that there's a lot of calling back to nostalgic periods. So it's like childhood, childhood wounding. For some of you, I do see ringing in the ears is going to be a thing, especially if your clear audience are being picked up, like if they're elevating it. Hey guys. Iron ground the energy. What do you need to know? What does the collective need to know for the eclipse energy, please, Spirit? What does the collective need to know for the eclipse energy, please? What's the collective need to know for the eclipse energy, please, Spirit? Ooh, yeah, we're not going to be happy during the eclipse. You know what I mean? Because it's just almost like, I feel like you're trying to be nice, right? It's like nice guys finish last kind of energy. It's like no matter how much you try to change who you are, try to make the situation better, try to be passive, try to mediate situations, you're always meant to look like the bad guy. It's almost like being so emotionally sick of it, right? So there's going to be something that comes to the surface for some of you guys where you're going to kind of be like, I'm kind of sick of this. I also feel like, again, they're calling back to the childhood stuff. It's like being sick of like people pleasing, right? And so this might have been something from childhood where you felt like your parents or your siblings' emotional needs were your responsibility. There's something here where it's like you're getting blamed for someone else's like emotional reactions. And it's like, here we go again. And it's a cycle of like, you know, being blamed, kind of being the scapegoat or being I don't even know if I can say the word on here. Yeah, I'm not going to say it because my algorithm's already messed up. What else, Spirit? This definitely involves other people, right? For some of you, it's actually masculine. It's not fair. Whatever's happening is not fair. This is part of the challenge. It's almost like you're so sick of something and you just want to let it go. Or, you know, it's like it's not fair the situation you're in and you just kind of want to like move on from it. It's like, I don't want to have to deal with this. If no one's going to see that they're being unfair to me, like I don't want to deal with you. So I do see that there's going to be a lot of breakups during this eclipse, a lot of friendships splitting, a lot of boundaries being set within relationships, boundaries being set within family. It's like, really trying to hold on to like, it's almost like I'm going to have like a breakdown or I'm going to like wow out, right? So it's either or, and I'm working really hard to control myself and it's getting harder by the minute, right? It really feels like that. Hey, Brenna. Because you've been putting in a lot of work on like your emotional stability, on your self-love, taking care of yourself and just trying to be like a better person, you know, like trying to do good. But it almost feels like there's just a lot of chaos around you and you're questioning the universe and being like, what did I do to deserve this? Like I do such good things. Like, you know what I mean? I put so much good out into the earth. Like, what am I doing to deserve this? But you guys got to remember, we don't always see the bigger picture. And even though it looks like we're being punished for something we didn't do, there's a bigger picture for it. Right now, it's a very karmic time. Spirit is aligning us. And so sometimes things need to like fall apart or fall away, or like awakenings and realizations need to happen at this time in order for us to move forward. With it, it's great. Okay, so here's the thing, like, when it comes to eclipses, we always think negatively. But what I'm also seeing here is an alignment. Like Spirit's putting you into an alignment for your highest good and for your highest vibration. So what happens when that happens? The law of vibration meets the law of attraction, manifestation, right? So we should be thanking Spirit. Whatever's happening here, they're elevating our energy. They're removing what no longer serves us to get to a place of our highest vibration so we can actually manifest what it is we want. Yeah, see? What's blocking our manifestations is our shadow. So there's going to be a lot coming to the surface that is shadow induced for us to work on. So if you're not journaling at this time, journaling is going to be a really good time. But I also feel like there's like grabby hands here, right? Like I really feel like this is either like at work, like people just giving you more work, asking you to stay overtime and like not really paying you, or people taking advantage of you. Or this can be like kids, right? Like kids just being super needy at this time. And it's like, what about me? And this brings me back to what I was saying about the people pleasing, right? Like you could be dealing with a lot of self-abandonment right now, where you're so focused on other people's needs that you get lost in the sauce, and like you're nowhere to be found. So at the end of the day, you're too exhausted to even take care of your needs, and your to-do list doesn't get done because you're too busy trying to take care of everybody else. So that could be coming to the surface as well. Again, be careful with overspending, because I'm seeing it here. I do see a lot of you guys are like saving up for something huge, and spirit doesn't want you self-sabotaging. This is an investment of some sort. It's taking you some time to save up money for this, and spirit's like, be careful with your spending, right? Because we're going to be, some of you it's school, some of you it's a home. Like this is big investment, like school, home, wedding, right? And spirit's saying like you can self-sabotage with spending money. Hey, Allie, how are you? I do see you guys being more aggressive at this time. I'm going to keep it real with you. What I see is that when you try to be such a good person sometimes, if you don't process when people piss you off, if you don't process when you're angry at the world, all you do is repress it. Eventually, it takes eclipse energy for that shit to come out, right? How do I put this into words? A lot of the times people assign being good and being completely spiritual with being super nice. And that's not the case at all, because there has to be boundaries, right? And so you need to learn how to set boundaries without feeling guilty. And you need to integrate the shadow and be okay for when you get upset. You know, nobody's perfect. And even if you walk this spiritual path, even if you're like trying to do good in the world and be a better person, does not mean that you don't get triggered, because we're human at the end of the day. But if you're not working on those triggers and you're repressing it, it doesn't really help you, because it just takes an eclipse energy like this to be like, oh, you thought you could repress this. Let me bring it to the surface. And I see a lot of you guys are going to be more aggressive with your words at this time, but I also feel like it's just like short fuse. And I do think a lot of it has to do with like sleepless nights as well, making you a little more irritated than normal. I also see something with the eyesight. Like, I don't know if eyes are getting dry. I don't know if this is allergy, like itchy, dry eyes. I'm seeing this right now. Yeah, see, love it. Whatever's happening though, we've been stuck in a rut. Like it's literally like stuck, stagnant, stuck in a rut kind of situation. And Spirit's 444 on the clock. My other phone just like lit up to show me 444 on the clock, right? And today's the 13, which is another 4. Spirit's saying we're coming out, like we're breaking through a rut and moving towards like success here. So it's like trying to work through and having a breakthrough from some sort of shadow. So there's going to be something that is released here. Honestly, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. This has to do with like childhood. This has to do with the past. There's something here that you've been holding on to, and they're going to like force you to like deal with it so that it can be released. And sometimes, guys, this isn't so bad. Like sometimes, like for instance, me personally, I have control issues. I'm a Scorpio, right? And since I was a child, I had to like observe every single aspect of my environment because I came from a very traumatic childhood, right? And so I don't know how to shut it off where I'm just like on high alert 24/7, right? Which leads to higher cortisol levels. It leads to just being in a state of fight or flight. And even this eclipse energy, because I always feel the energies as an empath, I always feel the energies before you guys do, so I can like help you guys on it. Even for me personally, they've been bringing that to the surface and making me like hyper aware so that it drives me bonkers so I can actually fully release it. And like, but it doesn't feel great, right? Like it makes me become super hyper aware, and I'm like, I'm burning so much energy just worrying about nothing. Like I'm literally sitting in my living room by myself, but like every single sound is like making me super sensitive because that's just like how I work, right? And it's all about release and control for me, right? And so there's going to be some aspect to your past that no longer serves you that they're going to bring to the surface for you to let go of. And you'll know, right? Each and every single one of you, it's different. There's like a fear of like, not getting what it is you want in life that is coming to the surface, not feeling deserving, not feeling worthy enough. This is like the plateau of happiness that's coming in as well. But for most of you, this is definitely relationship. Yeah, so you guys are resonating with it? Okay, cool. I just checked the chat. Show me more, Spirit. Show me more. Yeah, see, we're closing out a chapter on insecurity, not getting enough, not feeling enough. This could be struggles, mental health struggles, physical health. Like you're closing out a chapter that makes you feel like you're struggling with your health, period. And opening up a new chapter where you're going to like start working on it. So there's something leaving our life, but it's for our highest good so that we can manifest. Hey, Jenna. Got your glasses today. Woo woo. Welcome, Courtney. I do feel like the fall time was huge for us. And whether we realize it or not, there was a pressure cooking within us. And I do think that we were like in a void and waiting for this moment of release, and we felt it. We knew 2025, something was coming, a shift within us, but we were kind of stubborn, like there were certain things that we didn't want to let go of that we were supposed to let go of in 2024. And we were just kind of holding on to it. I just feel like where we're headed, there's no looking back, It's like Spirit just wants us to have like a brand new start, a brand new beginning, and like just be on an elevation, just higher vibration. Yeah, there was something here that you were so defensive, especially if it's a love situation. You're very defensive. It's like, no, I'm going to protect my love situation. Spirit's like, let it go. Let it go. And you're like, no, I want to hold on to it. No, stop. Please don't take it away. And so for some of you, this is a relationship that you're finally closing the door on because you've been so resistant to let it go. And Spirit's like pushing you to let it go. This was a soulmate contract. So it did feel, especially if you're dealing with like an air sign, like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But like Spirit's been like saying, hey, you're just tangling yourself up. Like, why? Let yourself be free from this because it's just holding you hostage. It really is. But it's like from a need of like, I don't want to be abandoned. So there's a fear of abandonment where it's like, I got this attention from this person, whether I have it or not anymore. Like I'm still like living for that attention and I need it. I'm so scared that like, if I let this go, that's it for me, So there is a fear of abandonment that's being activated right now. Spirit's trying to give you better. Spirit's like, trust the process. Let it go, move forward. Even though it's scary, even though there's an unknown, there's a blessing for all of us coming this summer. There just is. But there's so much like tangled. It's almost like if I let this go, it almost feels like I'll be drowning, right? And it's scared, like being scared of like drowning or the aftermath or like being scared of depression, right? Like, 'cause depression's real. It's like being scared of like losing this and then just like, that's it, hitting rock bottom and knowing that's the best you ever had or that's the best that is coming for you. That's not the case, you guys. Like, narrative, like the self-talk you tell yourself, the narrative you choose is huge in your destination in life, right? Because you choose your narrative. I see a lot of research. I see a lot of work on a computer. I see a lot of research. I see a lot of like AI here, right? So for some of you could be doing a lot of research trying to figure out how to change things in your life, how to change your situation. So you could be doing a lot of search engines, a lot of research. Like there's something here that is like that you're asking for resources, but this has to do through a computer, right? Like it's not a person. It's like resources to help me get through this, or resources to help me cope with this, or resources to help me get through this. It's some sort of resources that I'm seeing like it's coming into fruition right now. And I would say that this has been happening on and off for like the last 4 months. It's like actively working on transforming your life, and you've been hoping for things to get better. It's almost like wishing on a flower, right? It reminds me of, what's it called? Dandelions. I'm seeing dandelions here. But it's like, it's been a struggle because you can't get out of your head. You can't get out of your head. It's like, whatever it is, it's like, if this is a relationship, like you can't get out of your head and you're struggling to let go because you feel this person's the one. Or you're struggling to let go because you're scared of what this person's capable of. Coming in as the emperor, this is somebody who doesn't take too kindly to people not playing along to what they want. Or this is somebody who has authority of some sort, you know? So this, like, if you're in school, like this could be a teacher or a principal or a dean or something like that. Like this is somebody who has some sort of authority and doesn't take too kindly. And then there's like a fear here. Yeah, see, Spirit's saying, until you see what you deserve and until you see what you're worth and you do not settle and you say, I'm moving forward, I'm going to get what I deserve and want out of the situation, I'm going to choose me every single time, you're not going to have a fresh start. It just as simple as that. So it's like, do you want to ride the wave Spirit's trying to put us on to have like a brighter future, or do you want to stay drowning? The choice is yours. Like seriously, there's an alignment happening. You either get on it or you don't. I'm going to be quite honest. Like I guess there's going to be some people who don't, but like, from what I know from eclipse seasons, like there is no control. The universe is going to do what universe does. So I don't know how there's going to be some people that don't get on the wave. So personally, I've been doing this for 13 years. I can't tell you what it would take for you not to get on the path that Spirit's trying to put you on. But I guess there is going to be a few who don't. Oh, shoot. Reset my goal. Guys, I'm going to close out my listen. So if you want a yes or no, make sure you get on there because I do have to get cooking here in a little bit. Oh my God, it's a little deer. It is so stinking cute, guys. It's a little deer. Okay. I'm so curious. What's it going to take? Like, what's it going to take for them not to get on this wave? What's it going to take for them not to get on this wave? Take for them not to get on this wave. I should be doing, the next time I'm live, I should be doing free yes or no's. But I'm doing the collective. So the collective is usually like a free thing, and then I do paid, especially when it's like a quick live Tony. But I do give the free yes or no's. It just depends if I do a collective or not. It's people who are refusing to do what is necessary to heal, right? It's like Spirit's trying to rip the Band-Aid off quickly, and like it's like refusing to rip it off quickly and just wanting to rip it off so slowly and refusing to do the healing. Here's the thing, there's free will in this life, right? So even though Spirit tries to do whatever they can, especially during eclipse, it's a very karmic time. Normally people get on the wave, right? That's why I'm shook. Like some people aren't getting on it, but it's basically free will, right? And so if you don't, then you're going to get on the other wave where you're going to stay drowning and repeat a cycle here. But it's for those who refuse to heal, refuse to close out the chapter, wants to like peel the Band-Aid off slowly, and is not doing the work. It's going to create nothing but chaos in their life, right? And this is a self-sabotaging behavior, just because you don't want to heal. So it's going to be the people who are refusing to heal and move on because they don't want to. They want to sit in it a little bit longer. And Spirit's like, hey, you want to sit in it a little bit longer? Let's repeat a cycle by all means, right? What's their advice, Spirit? What's their advice? Fuck, this eclipse is going to be a doozy. What's their advice, Spirit? What's their advice? Yeah, Kimberly, the self-love ritual that I'm doing tomorrow for you is going to help. What's the advice, Spirit? What's the advice? Trust in the process. Trust that by healing, by letting it go, better things are coming. You know, sometimes it's hard, right? And you just don't see where it ends, right? Because of the unknown. Spirit saying, trust the process. Again, sometimes it's so hard for us to take a risk and dive into the unknown and choose a path that we have no idea what it leads to, right? It's going outside of the comfort zone. Like sometimes we hold on to things, even though we know it's not good for us. We settle because it's comfortable, right? Trust in the unknown here. If you trust into the unknown, a manifestation's coming and it's something that's going to be solid for you, right? If you don't, if you stay, you refuse to heal, it's like you want to sit in that longer. That's exactly what they're going to give you. You're going to sit in it longer. So one path leads to manifestation, a higher vibration, aligning you to your manifestations so that you're at the vibration, you're at your highest potential. Or you can sit drowning and Spirit's like, let's just pour some more water, you know? The choice is going to be yours, but ultimately, majority of you guys are going to be on the wave anyways, because Spirit does what Spirit does. It's when you're like avoiding it. Like if you're going to sit in the corner and pout and be like, I don't care what is being shown to me. I don't care what's coming to the surface. Like I'm just going to be in this misery, in this like cat fight, you know, in this cycle of toxicity. So right now, it's really important that whatever comes to the surface, because it is going to make us emotional, they are trying to get us to see something, stay in the light, right? Stay in the light. And I always, for me personally, how I handle it, whenever negativity comes into my life, I always take a step back and I ask myself, what are they trying to teach me, right? Because everything that happens in your life is a lesson. It really is. Right? And sometimes it's a great lesson. Sometimes it's like, hey, you do the hard work, you get some rewards, but everything is a lesson. And so when things get hard, right? Take a step back and ask yourself, like really figure out, well, if this is happening in my life, there's a reason for it. They're trying to teach me something. What is it? So that you can move through the negativity a lot quicker. Okay. So I hope that helps you guys.